He's been a couple of these 233 6x6 average. First two centers, you can get some tricky 2-bar cases in the first center. He says he's not very good at edge selection, center to edge transition, pausing too much to find the first edge. Working on 6x6 last 4 edges, the fast version, the hard version. Need to do the full last 2 edge out. He's got nervous and forgot this average. Oh, that's really... So, like, in general, it's really important to, there's no reason, if you know your last 2 edge outs, you should never not do them. The only time you would ever... So, for Plox is, he wants to make finals at Nationals 2019 for 6x6. So, that means... I'm going to assume Plox is pretty serious, so I'm going to assume that Plox doesn't give a shit about how fast he is until Nationals 2019. So if you know your last 2 edge cases, you have to do them every time. The only time you would ever not do them is if you're not comfortable with them and you are at Nationals or it's like the week of. But since you're starting now, you'll be fine to get there by then. But you have to do them every time. It's so important. I'd recommend, even if like you're on a PB solve, and you get one and you don't know it, you should just do it. Or like, if you don't know it and you forget it, literally stop the timer and then look it up and do it. Force yourself to do it every single time. This is insanely important to always practice, not to be the fastest today, but practice perfectly. Practice how you want to cube at Nationals 2019. Not to get like your best time today, because honestly, who gives a shit how fast you are right now? If you're doing bad practices, you're going to be worse in 19. But yeah, so he says he does this now, but it's more of a general tip for everything, though. You gotta... That is a little small. How do you zoom in on VLC? Can't I... I know there's like a way to do... I've done this before. Nope. Crop. Oh, one sec. Whatever. We'll just go. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. All right. We'll just have to. We'll have to look closely. Let's see. It's good right here. Good stuff. Mentioned this a lot right there. This insert right here, just doing that. A lot of people would rotate and then do the UI and then insert, but then rotate back. Makes good not doing that. Good stuff there. So for this right here, though, you already do the thing like right here. This is a pretty easy one where you can do. It's like you have a bar. Essentially, just instead of like rotating and doing this, you just go. So you don't have to rotate twice. This is good. You're pulling out that piece. That's correct. But you should leave the corner up there. There's no... Leaving a corner... Oh, whoops, one sec. Pulling out this piece is good. It's definitely what you want to do. But I'd recommend... There's no... Like, you don't really need to pull the corner out. You can, I guess. But leaving corners up in the top are fine. Especially because you would pull it out with this bar anyways. But... What the hell? Was that all for green, bar 1? Wait, what the... Oh, it's white. Oh, okay. I was very confused. Right. So in this case right here, you have. This case can be done. This is my weird one. Get a better one. Okay, so this case. Okay, well actually I can just tell you. You do an L wide prime. So this brings us bar L wide prime U, and then this corner will just like match up right there. It's like let me just actually I'll set it up. One second. It's like if you're making red. If you're making red, it's essentially this bar right here. You go 1, boom, and then you put the corner in, and then you bring it back. You don't really. This is not really necessary. Like having this position is fine because there's nothing. Like I wouldn't bother doing this move right there to get them both on left because that doesn't really help you out really. I don't think it's worth it. Okay. When you're in this position right here, what do you do? That was weird. That's somewhat odd. It's not bad. That was weird. It's a little mistake there. Right here, there's a. This is a common com cancel. Where's my? I need another 6x6. Like, okay, let's do it here. Essentially, you have this right here, and what you do is you do this insert like this, and then you do the com. But if you go like this, it cancels into the commutator. Boom. Boom. That's important. Also, you can do a back insert right here, probably better. Right here, since you're right-handed, I'm pretty sure, right? Like this piece, you can do a back insert. It's just a little bit easier to do. Actually, it looks like you're kind of ambidextrous, but probably would still do a back insert there. It's good, and the UI prime, so it's pretty solid. The finger tricks and edges are pretty good here. Oh, he's left-handed. Okay, Plox is left-handed, so. So you made all the centers here, which is not. Okay, so I'm not sure what's going on here because you do this cycle to. That's not the right. Like, you're in this position right here. You have two options. This edge is a slice flip slice away from being done, and this edge is a cycle away from being done. This is better because it's a cycle and you can influence the next thing also. But like you cycle one piece to get the green and yellow when you could have cycled both the outer wings to finish the orange and blue there. So now you're just in like a weird. Now you're in like essentially the same spot as before. The selection here on edges is really odd. Yeah, do your last two edges there. Important stuff. This is a pretty easy partial edge control case. You need to know this stuff like this is just really basic partial edge control. You can do it a couple ways. You can do RU R prime from here and then rotate, or you can do like you do. I don't know how you get that. Like, yeah, so you can do that. If you do it this way, which is fine, just do a sledgehammer right here, and then you also don't have to rotate. You can do that and then into sledgehammer right there. We'll give you two. Yeah, you gotta sledge that. Learn big Q. You can do that with. You can do this with only without doing a wide F. Just learn that. How are you doing that A prime? That's weird. This A prime finger trick is odd. It's still a little weird in this A prime finger trick. It's really slow. It's kind of weird. Alright, good first two bars. Pretty solid stuff there. Pretty fancy first bar start. I like that. It was good stuff. Okay, so in this case, so this is a little interesting due to the fact that you have under his left thumb right here, there's a wing on this left bar right here, and this U face is really bad for, you have a lot of orange pieces and you can't pull them all down. You don't, when you're inserting your first bar, you don't want to, like Plox is gonna do, he's gonna essentially try and pull out a lot of pieces, but he's not gonna need to do that. So what you want to do in this case is U2 slice this bar up, and then that'll pull out. Essentially, if you do a U2 and then you slice this bar up, that'll pull out these two pieces right here, and these are the middle pieces. The key is that you want to pull out this middle piece. The priority for pulling pieces out of the U face is middles, centers, and then wings, and then corners. Corners honestly don't even matter that much. They're still nice, but so what you want to make sure you do is you want to get this centerpiece right here. And you want to and since we want to preserve this wing down here with this, we can do that with a slice. We do a U2 slice. We'll pull out these two pieces, which is the best option in this case. Plox does is he does that, which is like kind of a double insert, and he doesn't even get all the pieces, so that's not very ideal. So in that case, you'd want to do a slice. In this case right here, this is not ideal either, I don't think. No, that's all right. In this case, you should have sliced that bar because it would have saved. It would have like putting two corners up is pretty bad. Definitely do a slice there to not put those two corners up. And now you had to you didn't want to do that either. Right here, the whole point of pulling pieces out of the U face is that there's more options, but pulling a piece out of the U face to get another option that's not mandatory is bad. So right here, you're making the two outer bars, and there are three pieces here. This means that there's an entire outer bar still somewhere in this E layer, so you don't need this piece sitting right here, because this piece, there's a missing piece right here that's the same one. So you don't want to, doing this right here to pull that out is a waste of moves, because this piece already, now there's two of these pieces. See, it's right there. It's right here. You could have used this one instead, which wouldn't have wasted that move. That's pretty advanced, but since that's something that you should start doing for sure. It is it's only, the thing is it's assuming it assumes that you're going to be able to find the other piece relatively quickly, faster than it assumes you're going to find that piece faster than pulling that piece out is, which for that to be true you have to be really fast, but theoretically you'll be really fast eventually. So yeah. Oh, this is an unfortunate pause. What option? Okay, making this. What the fuck was that? Okay. There's a lot of pauses right here. This is a complete bar right here. So there's two options when you get to this point. I'd either do green or white. White is one move from being done, so white's the best in this scenario. Like this bar, this left bar right here is an RY prime done white. Or right here, RU prime R prime, well R3 U prime R3 prime. We'll finish this green bar. I know Plox has had a little issues transitioning to third center before, but like it's getting a little better. I like the pause to figure out what's going on, but in this case it was obvious, so you gotta, it's still like a little bit to work on there. Wait, what the hell? Is he doing yellow? Oh wait, what the, one sec. That was weird. I'm not sure what was going on. Okay, I kind of see. Yeah, white was definitely. White had a one move bar, so that's really easy. This is just indicative of not knowing what's going on, just like not being completely comfortable. This, now that yellow's done, there's no. You should have known that yellow was here. There's like, once yellow is done, there's no reason to ever have yellow on F. Like, this is completely useless. It tells you no information because you know it's already done. So like, this is just not being familiar with what's going on, or just like being like, yellow on F is a total, like, that's like, this is your, you should never yellow once you're like, the center you're working on should just be on D because you don't need to look at it. Like, honestly, the worst part about my center is that I hold the center I'm solving on F, and I really should hold it on D. Difficulty knowing your next color is, yeah, it's just something you gotta get used to. I honestly, like, this is a weird, like, I guess you're lefty, okay, whatever. No. So right here, this is a more high advanced thing, but Plox is, probably something you should be doing. For last two centers on 6x6 and 7x7, or for, let's just talk about 6. The last two centers on 6x6, you shouldn't think about, the goal isn't to build, like, what does this do? First of all, you're here. I don't know what this next move does. The goal isn't to build a bar, two bars, into, like, one bar on left and then the next bar on left. The goal is to build a 2x4 and then build your next two bars. Like, that's the goal, is to build a 2x4, then build your third bar, then build your fourth bar. A lot of times you can build directly into the 2x4. I do not know what that move did at all. Like, those three moves, like, this doesn't, like, you don't know what's on the U face, so doing that didn't actually do anything. Like, this is just, literally anything could have come down here. You have no idea what's on the U face, or on B right now. So, then, but once you're in this position, this is, like, you have a 2x2 right here and a 2x2 right here. U2, R prime, FR will finish your 2x4. But instead, this is, like, weird garbage going on. The finish is fine. That finish was fine, but yeah, the goal. Okay, that was a good transition. You got pretty lucky. This is like, you have three. Like, that was a pretty nice transition. But so that is honestly a pretty solid. The issue is that, like, I said, edge selection. I don't really think it's too bad. Like, blue yellow, right? No. Okay, should have blue yellow. Blue yellow is almost done. Like, I feel like you're picking decent stuff. You are doing 4 edges on the same face first. Like, the finger tricks are solid. Like, I like, okay, right here is something, if you're gonna, there's a faster way to do this. If you're praying if these are your last 4 edges right here, it's the fastest way. You can do it like this. What's, like, there's a few ways to do it, but like, that's a better way. Like, right here, so F prime, R prime, L, F. We'll bring these to a cyclable position. Like, doing this and then this is really slow. So, like, that's better. I think there's an even better way. I haven't looked into it because I haven't done 6x6 recently. I was gonna look into that. There's definitely some more advanced stuff I'm going to get going with my 6x6. Oh, rip. You should know that case. This is garbage. Just to make sure you know that kid, just gonna point it out. Do you know this direct case? Like, this specific case is this specific case. Oh, this is the case I got my first world record. This is the it's. I just tell me if you know it. I think you probably you don't know your. I don't know any slice last two edges. Okay, so learn your slice last two edges. This is a slice last two edge case. Just learn them. Just literally just do all your last two edge cases with slices only, and you'll generate them. It's really easy. But if you're serious, like, you just need to learn those. Like, that's something, like, knowing your last two edges and knowing your slice last two edges is like, knowing slice last two edges is mandatory on 6x6 for anyone who's even remotely serious. So you just gotta stop cubing and learn those. Just do it. It's just what you gotta do. Like, you'll have plenty of time before nationals to pick those up. Like, you can pick those up in like a week or two. Just stop immediately and then learn them and then keep going. What's up, Taranel? This is all right. Just a cool thing Jay showed me. For this case right here, this case right here, to put this in here. What? You can sledge this. If you sledge this in the back, it's a little slow because it's in the back, but if you sledge it, it'll give you 3 oriented edges, which leads into OLL parity, which leads into 4, or which leads into all edges oriented. It's not that important, but I think it's good. Doing this without doing that OLL without a rotation is really easy on 6x6. I'd recommend doing it without a rotation. Okay, good. You know your parity cases. UU prime there shouldn't be happening, but a little slow reaction on the parity. Like, this isn't a huge deal, but like, the recognition on this, like, last layer, you spend like a whole minute, a second recognition. Like, right here, you get to this point, and then you pause. Like, it's PLL parity. It's pure PLL parity. You know you're already getting pure PLL parity. Recognizing it should be essentially instant because it's really obvious. Just a note there. Let's see what we got. Blue. Blue looks all right. This is not the greatest scramble. What are you doing? Green. Okay, let's check it green. Oh, yeah. Green for... Oh, green's actually really nice. So I'm assuming you do the inner two. Yeah. Green's for sure. So I do like that you built... Like, this is the obvious start. It was going 4 2x1s into the green center. Because you have... You see you have these two right there. 1, 2, plus this other 2x1 on green. But it wasn't executed that well, so basically what I wanted to see was what I would have recommended. Okay, so this is a kind of advanced, but so what I would have done first is I would have built the two. So these two 2x1s are on this F face right here, meaning they're going to be really easy to preserve there. Build the 2x2 in the middle here, and then put these two 2x1s around it. Also, this is even more advanced. There's another 2x1 floating around somewhere else in the cube that you wouldn't really have to think about this, but I would make sure that doesn't get broken up. That this is like such a good green start that I would build 2 bars by memory and know where my 3rd bar is gonna be. Like, that's a really good start. But I do like so the idea is good, doing this in that order, but like getting that last 2x1 took a lot of moves because of the way order you did it in, and I think you lost the other 2x1. But so good stuff, but execution cues a little bit of work there, but not bad. The finger tricks overall for Plox were really smooth. The centers and the edges, the finger execution is really nice. That sounded weird. Like that you could have like that. That's an example of him not doing it perfectly, but he's pretty good at this stuff usually. Like, you didn't need to rotate. You could have done like from this case. This is where it gets a little tricky, but like you can do this insert, like he rotates, but you can do it like this on that one. Just I mentioned that before, but that's kind of getting tricky. But yellow. No. What the? So yeah, Plox is still having some issues with getting his first bar started on yellow, but I do like sees this 2x2, so he's going for a 2x4, which is nice. Pretty advanced stuff. The problem is right here. It's really the actual the optimal solution is actually really obvious. So L wide prime U L wide makes a 2x2 yellow right here in 3 moves, and then U prime R wide 3 will finish the 2x4 in a total of 5 moves. Yeah, right here you're 5 moves to 2x4 with no slices, and then this happens. I don't know what the hell this is. Yeah, that was a lot of moves. But, yeah, so I do like the idea. You see the 2x2, you're going for it. Good stuff. Again, good ideas, but execution needs a little bit of work there. But that's definitely the right idea. So, also, again, that yellow, having the yellow on front, you can't do that. I know you don't know which center's next, but that's an enormous crutch. You just got to stop doing that. And it'll be a little slow at first. Just stop doing that, and you'll get used to it. Don't worry. Okay. For being a lefty, I'm a little surprised that he puts his bars on left, but he's pretty ambidextrous, which is actually really good. Again, this is I didn't actually check, but it's probably a 2x4 scenario. It almost like when you're doing your 6x6 last 2 centers, it's almost always this is. Yeah, so this is a pretty easy 2x4. This right here, this 2x2, things to look for, like right here, 2x2 right here, and this 2x1. So all you need to find is this a 2x1, which is sitting under this thumb right here, these 2 pieces. So F prime U, we'll put the F prime U, R wide U2 R wide prime. We'll build a 2x4 right here. It's almost always like for the 6x6 last 2 centers. It's like I find very rarely do I build Do I go bar? It has to be like really strange. Like a bar has to like basically already be done. But I mean to do that, it's almost always just go directly to 2x4. This is a common mistake people do. Oh, what the shit? No, that's okay. Well, okay. There's 2 mistakes. I'll go over the first one first. I'll go over the second one first. Okay, so given that you're in this position, this centerpiece doesn't match here. Plox is a slice rotate, but what you should do is you put the bar. What do you actually do? Plox is smart, so I'll just say it. I don't feel like what you actually want to do is you stop. You don't do a U2, but you leave this bar vertically right here, and then you don't have to slice because the bar is gonna since the bar is vertically right here, you just do R wide 3 U R wide 3 prime for the first one. And then you do the next U, and then you do the insert. It's faster. But he screwed up here earlier. Right here. This is actually a pretty nice case right here. So you have, when you're building your third bar, you always want to get your middles, your 2 centers together first. So right here, if you do another U, then this center will match up with these centers. And then while that, okay, so actually this is more advanced. This isn't like a huge, but I'm gonna actually show this one. Oh, this is the most complete 6x6 I have right now. God damn. Why did I scramble this whole thing? Okay, give me like 20 seconds. Oh, check out those finger tricks. On Plox, shouldn't have done that though. Check out this one. That wasn't very ideal though. Boom! Look at that. Oh my god, I'm so good. You see, now this is a case where I do a second bar. There's also garbage, holy crap. Because the first one's already done, but... Okay, so we're in this case. Okay, well, pretend that... Okay, pretend that this is down here somehow. How do I do that? without messing this up. There we go. Okay, yeah, we got this. Oh, that was actually pretty good. Okay, here we go. We got this. So what you want to do here? What? Boom! Check that out. So good. That also preserves. Another as a note, if you're doing like this is stupid. This is like sub 120 territory. As a note, that also preserves. It also preserves the whether or not these two are together, which is good to know if you're trying to cancel your comms or reduce your comms. It's which is something I'm thinking about doing. It's really hard to do. I'm already pretty good at predicting it or doing some things, but I think you can cancel it almost. I theorize that you can cancel it. It's worth canceling most of the time, but you have to know a lot of crazy shit. Edges look pretty solid. I mean, usually the biggest problem with edges is that you're rotating. You're doing too many Y2s, but I don't know. They're not that bad. I still don't like that reverse flip. I don't know how fast you can do it. It's a good. The speed you're turning at is really good. I like the TPS. It's good. Yeah, don't do that. Some good. Yeah, that was nice. Some sexy finger tricks right there. You're not. You know you're not doing my advanced last 4 edges correctly, right? In this video, you said you were working on it. But you're not doing it correctly in this video. Are you aware of that? I'm assuming you're aware of that because you said you were just started working on it. But just want to make sure. Oh God. There's a better. Go to Felix's site for OLL. This OLL right here is actually pretty nice. It's so you have this case. Okay, so it's from this angle. Let's assume okay, one sec. This case right here. What? Okay, you know he's not doing it correctly. Okay, that's good. As long as you know you're not doing it correctly, I don't want you to think you're doing it right, but that's fine then. You don't need to. It's not something you need to be doing. Anyways, recap, pretty solid. I already talked about so much stuff in the video, so I don't really feel the need to do a big recap on this. Let's see. The only thing I remember what I was gonna mention. For your first 4 edges, you're putting them all on the U face or the D face, which is causing you a lot of extra rotations. I don't really think you need to do that. I mean, I guess it does help with your edge selection, and your edge selection isn't the best, I guess, but I don't know. You're at 230, and you're trying to get under probably 150 by Nats is what's gonna make finals. 150 about. Maybe a little slower, maybe 2. I guess less internationals this year. But yeah. So I don't know. I don't think you don't need to switch off of that right now, but you could. And yeah.